The New Hand by Idris Shah. There was once a sawmill on the edge of a wood, not far from here in Alabama, with the running river turning the wheel. An old black man, and a very fine man he was, owned the mill. But his son, named Sam, was quite unlike his father, lazy and useless. His father had to work hard to keep things going. One day, a stranger came along to the mill, a poor-looking fellow, who said that he would like to learn sawmilling and that if he could be taught, he would work for a year for nothing. The old man was glad to have this help, and young Sam thought that it was all right too, because then he could shift some of his own work onto the new hand. So the new hand started toting boards and doing chores around the place. The owner liked the new hand very much and always gave him whatever he had himself. But Sam used to push the new hand around behind his father's back. When the old man caught Sam bossing and abusing the new hand, and it happened several times, he punished him properly. The day came when an old man came to collect a load of plants, and he was groaning with a bad back, and wishing that he was young and spry as he used to be. Then up spoke the new hand, and he said to Sam and his father, "If both of you go into the woods, where you cannot see what is happening, leaving this man with me, and wait until I call you, I will make him as good as new again. But you must promise not to look, otherwise something bad will happen." So they promised, and the old man and his son went into the woods until they could not say what was happening at the mill. The new hand said to the man with the bad back, "Go and lie down on the saw frame." When the man did so, the new hand took the saw and cut him into pieces. Then he took the hearts of the man and threw them into the stream, and the two pieces joined together. The man came down from the stream alive and well, young and frisky. He started to thank the new hand, but he told him to say nothing at all. When the new hand called them back, Sam and his father came running, and they were astonished when they saw this young-looking black in place of the old limping man. They asked all kinds of questions, but the new hand would not say anything about it. So they gave up, and things went on the same as usual for a time. Then the old man got word that his mother was very ill, and that he had better go away to visit her. Before he left, he told Sam not to make any trouble for the new hand, and if he did, he would get a beating when his father returned. But Sam forgot this just as soon as the old man had gone, and behaved in a very overbearing way towards the help. Finally, the new hand said to Sam, "If you don't stop behaving like this, I'll quit as soon as my time's up, and that's tomorrow." But Sam was really insolent, and he said, "Go now, you fool." Well, the next day, sure enough, the new hand was gone. Though nobody saw him go, and nobody passed him on the road or in the woods. And the very next day along came the black man, who had been made young again, and he brought with him his wife, an old woman carrying a lovely fat possum and a basket of potatoes, which fairly made Sam's mouth water. After passing the time of the day, the visitor asked after the new hand, saying that he wanted him to make the old woman well, as he had done for him. Sam said, "Oh, he will be here tomorrow. Just leave the possum and come again. I will give it to him when he gets back." But the man was too smart for that, and would not leave the things. Sam was afraid that he would lose the possum, So he said, "The new hand has gone off to see his sick father, and he told me before he went to carry on and do the same that he did for you." So the man told Sam what was wanted, and Sam told man to go into the woods and shut his eyes. Then Sam sawed the women into two pieces and threw the pieces into the stream. But there they stayed. Sam, of course, got very scared and went down to the water and tried to join the two pieces, but they stayed as they were. Then the old woman's husband came running and shouting out of the woods, sure that something was wrong. The neighbors collected and they took Sam away, and he was found guilty of murder. The judge put on the black cap and said, "Hang Sam by the neck until he is dead, and the Lord have mercy on poor Sam." Now Sam's old father came running, and he rolled in the dust and begged for Sam's life. But the judge would not let him free. Then everyone went towards the gallows very solemnly. The judge asked Sam if he had anything to say, and Sam suddenly saw the new hand standing in the crowd and laughing. And Sam thought how badly he had treated that poor man. So Sam said, "Brothers and sisters, listen to what I am going to say. Never act haughtily to anyone, because if I had not acted in that way to a man who is here in this crowd today, I would have been heaving so longs instead of going to be hanged this day." Then all his friends started to cry and roll about, but the new hand jumped up alongside Sam and said to him, "Are you sorry for your actions?" Sam said, "Indeed I am, and I ask pardon and hope you will forgive me when I am gone." The new hand spoke out in a loud voice to the crowd, saying, "How can you hang this man when the old woman he is supposed to have killed is standing right over there?" Sure enough, there she was, standing beside her husband. So they let Sam down, and there were great celebrations. But they have never seen the new hand from that day to this, anywhere at all.